comes down to root canals, a lot of people suffer and struggle with pain that's mysterious. I can't tell you how many times people have gone to the dentist. My God, my jaw hurts really bad. My tongue is killing me here on the side. My gums are like on fire and I don't know what this is. Or I just have pain. I have pain in the jaw here. I have pain in the tooth here. I have pain here. And they're just like, and this tooth hurts so bad I can't even touch it. What's wrong? They do the x-ray. They get the digital x-rays. They get everything looked at and it's fine. But then the dentist is like, we got to do a root canal. I want to drill that tooth. Oh my God. And I'm like, you got trigeminal neuralgia. That's a viral condition. And now they got all these root canals. So many people get unnecessary drilling and that's what they're up against. Trigeminal neuralgia. Those are caused from herpes simplex 1. Shingles is the bigger one right there. That mostly does it. You get the jaw pain, the burning tongue, burning mouth. You get all of that. Depends. You just get back of the neck pain, side of the head, temple pain, jaw pain, here, all around here. And you can get this trigeminal neuralgia where your nerves, your trigeminal nerve or your cranial nerve is causing pain and suffering. So now you're dealing with all this pain and suffering from the cranial nerve being inflamed by simplex 1 or by shingles. Okay? But that's different than what your root canal is doing if your root canal is having a problem. If your root canal's been in there for 15 years and something is happening with it, that's not the root cause of somebody's condition. The cause of trigeminal neuralgia is the shingles. You don't have to have a rash to get trigeminal neuralgia. So varieties of shingles that don't create a rash at all. All of a sudden, you're living your life, everything's going good, and then you get some jaw pain. Your jaw's really hurting, so you go to the dentist. You're at the dentist office, and they're looking at all your teeth. And if you don't have a tooth problem after the dental x-rays, right, those digital x-rays, and everything looks good, you're like, we don't know why. Maybe it's TMJ. Maybe your bite's off. Maybe you're grinding your teeth. Maybe you're clenching your teeth. Eventually, they may get a diagnosis if they go to enough doctors or to a neurologist and another doctor that they'll have trigeminal neuralgia. They'll get that diagnosis right there. Trigeminal neuralgia is on the rise. People every day being diagnosed with it. Sad part is so many people have all their teeth drilled because of it. Mysterious pain on their jaw, mysterious pain in their gums, mysterious pain in their teeth. Dentist doesn't know what's going on, even though everything looks pretty good. Or maybe you have teeth problems and they just blame those teeth problems on this pain. And then that mysterious pain leads to lots of drilling and other dentist work and other dental work. And now you're getting all kinds of problems. You're getting root canals done. You're getting teeth pulled. You're getting bridges put in. You're getting implants. And the pain is still there. And what happens is, then finally, you end up going to another specialist, and now a neurologist says, we think you might have trigeminal neuralgia. And they take a look at all your symptoms, and they're like, what do you have going on? And it's like, well, I got migraines, I got pain in the back of the neck, I got pain in the back of the head, I got pain by the temples, I got pain in this region, that region. And what happens is, people don't realize is that trigeminal neuralgia is actually a viral condition. It's viral inflammatory issues to the trigeminal nerve. Now, trigeminal neuralgia can be really debilitating. You guys that may have it, or somebody you know that has had it or has it now, knows it's no joke. I mean, they use Botox to try to control it, to try to numb up the pain, numb up the nerves. There's a lot of different procedures. They try to use surgeries on them. It could be severely debilitating, confusing for everybody, including the doctors and the patients. So let's talk about trigeminal neuralgia a little bit deeper. So why do I have sushi in front of me? Why do I have raw fish in front of me? Why do I have oysters in front of me? If I had some salmon, I'd put that here too. If I had some other stuff like a tuna fish, I'd bring one out too, or whatever else I'd have. But the reason why is because mercury doesn't help trigeminal neuralgia. People with trigeminal neuralgia, many of them had mercury fillings at one time that were taken out, or they still have a mercury filling. A lot of people with trigeminal neuralgia have enough mercury in them from just being born with the mercury, passed on from generation to generation, including collecting more mercury while they're here throughout their life. Mercury's involved, and I'll tell you how. Because trigeminal neuralgia is not caused by mercury. No, it's caused by the shingles virus or herpes simplex 1, aka fever blister virus, cold sore virus. That's the real cause of trigeminal neuralgia, and it gets out of control because the person who has trigeminal neuralgia is also elevated in mercury, even if they can't test for it, because mercury hides in organs and glands and connective tissue, and it's not just in the bloodstream, so it's hard to test for. So if somebody's dealing with trigeminal neuralgia and they got pain, they could have everything from electrical shocks hitting their heads, the side of their head, the back of their head, their face, right? Pain, tingles and numbness all in their face and pain, jaw pain, numbness, burning skin, burning tongue, burning mouth, burning what feels like a gum line in the back, burning throat, all these different aspects of trigeminal neuralgia, including debilitating pulsing pain and spasms. All of this including like a stiffness in the jaw, so clenching of the teeth at night, right? So all of these things are involved with trigeminal neuralgia. People have had their herpes simplex 1, cold sore, fever blister, virus in their life, and they don't know it, but it camps out. It hides inside the liver. So the herpes simplex virus hides inside the liver. It could even hide inside the trigeminal nerve, and then it causes inflammation. The shingles virus, okay, that's another virus also that hides in the liver and hides in the trigeminal nerve, creating inflammation. And if our immune system gets lowered, which it can for all kinds of reasons, if our immune system gets lowered, the viruses pick up speed. And then now all of a sudden we're seeing doctor after doctor with very debilitating trigeminal neuralgia. So if you're concerned about trigeminal neuralgia and you think you might have it going on, what I recommend is asking your doctor about different foods to take out of the diet, okay? And that would be keeping away from gluten, keeping away from dairy, butter, cheese, milk, eggs. They feed these two viruses, the shingles virus and the herpes simplex 1 virus. They feed these viruses. So one way to get trigeminal neuralgia under control is taking away the virus's food sources. That's one tip to begin with. Ask your doctor what's right. Trigeminal neuralgia is one of those annoying conditions. Very annoying because when those nerves get inflamed, they're in a really, really sensitive spot. Real sensitive spot when they get inflamed. Okay? So let's set up a set of nerves here. Trigeminal nerves. Let's get a set of trigeminal nerves here, okay? There we go. Looks like a heart. Indeed it is. All right. Okay. Trigeminal neuralgia, the shingles definitely interferes with these nerves greatly. Herpes simplex 1 definitely interferes with these nerves greatly. Leaching out poisons and toxins. Shingles virus. A lot of people have different varieties. I did a shingle live the other day. Okay, here's little viruses everywhere. All right. Some are shingles. Some are HSV1, herpes simplex. And both these viruses have the ability to cling to the root hairs of the nerves. So root hairs. Okay. Trigeminal nerves. They root hair out very easily. They do. They fray. So keep that in mind. It's why people suffer long term. It's why they can have it so bad where they're getting, they're getting injections in the back of their neck. They're getting injections in their jaw. I mean, they're getting all kinds of different things, all kinds of different therapies. And what happens is the reason why they suffer from it long term is because the root hairs coming off of these nerves seem to be a little bit more than a lot of other nerves. It frays easier. That's what the trigeminal nerves do. They fray easier. There's a lot of reasons for that. But when the viruses get on the trigeminal nerve, they usually hit the molar areas, molars, those areas down in there in the jaw and that nerve. So people end up getting tons of root canals. Root canals without needing a root canal. You need a root canal, but people get a lot of root canals when they don't need a root canal. They get a lot of teeth drilled because their trigeminal neuralgia is so bad. And back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was huge mess, a huge mess. Dentists always just pulled teeth or drilled teeth with any kind of pain. It didn't matter if what it looked, like in the digital x-rays or the pre-digital x-ray era, the pre-digital x-ray, where it's just like radiation, supersonic amounts of radiation, not just like the digital where it was a little bit more, it's a little bit more pinpointed and a little less radiation. But either way, what would happen is if you had pain and even though the teeth checked out okay, they drilled them. In the 80s, the 1990s, and the first decade of the 2000s, people, they just were literally drilled to death. It's not happening as much because right now dentists are actually understanding that, wait a minute. And, they're like, wait a minute, something else is happening here. But, so these nerves get highly inflamed. They get inflamed easy.